believe that. I can't believe that.
This is gonna be fucking awesome. Tell him, Steve Dave.
Well, speaking of waste, we talked. I don't know if we ever talked about it on this show, but when we were remember we were talking about prohibition and teetotaling, and you said that you thought that people would, if they could, like if nothing else was available, they would get high off of shit. What?
Eating shit?
Well, you said they would get high off of shit, not necessarily eat it.
But they had to eat.
It would the only way to get drunk was to consume human feces.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Because you're sort of prophetic. I don't know if you saw this story.
I didn't hear this. You want to give it more of a groundwork of what I was talking about, though?
Yeah, go ahead.
An alien came down,
right,
and granted me 3 wishes, and one of the wishes was I think the world would be a better place if no one could get drunk or high. I think there's a lot of violence.
You're saying not even prohibition. You're saying it was impossible. Right. Physically for it to happen.
like he did something. This alien was able to breach into every human being's DNA, and if you drank alcohol now, it wouldn't affect you anymore. No effect. It'd be like drinking soda pop.
Yep.
I thought the world possibly would be more harmonious without these things. So one of my wishes was for the alien to do that. Now I also thought I would have to go into hiding because people would want to kill me. I'd be like Simon Rushdie.
You know, from a weird way though, don't you think that like humans in our nature that something else would get substituted for that, right? So
there was a loophole.
It could be like roller skating.
It was your asshole.
You know? It would be like
it's a hole, all right.
You know?
But some fucking guy figured out the loophole. In our waste, if you ate shit, you could get high or drunk. Could you convince the American public to do that then, if that was the only way?
I think it would be, could you convince them not to do it?
I mean, who would do that?
What if people were like if it produced like the same quality as addictive drugs and people had a never-ending supply of it coming right out of their ass?
Well, assuming you're not heating your house with it.
Q, don't you think people would invent tubes that would just go right from their assholes to their mouth?
That would be like an easy
like a human centipede.
What a way to go!
I've got an instant bong hooked up to me right to my asshole.
Yeah. I eventually came up with the idea of drying and powdering human shit, and then mixing it with like hot coca.
Wait a second. So if the alien's like, Walt, what do you want to do? And Walt shut it down. So no more doobies, no more fucking beer.
Nothing.
No more.
Now I don't know how to explain. Like,
so you wouldn't be mad at him?
Would you be mad at me?
Because now all that's gone.
I disclosed to you. No one could figure it out. It's a mystery. Why?
What if I had known?
Frank number 3. Guess what I did?
Frank number 3. I got to tell somebody. Listen to me. An alien came and came to me last night and said that he would grant me 3 wishes to help the world. They couldn't help me, and I needed to make 3 quick decisions, and one of them was no more alcohol or drugs are going to affect mankind the way they do now. You can still drink your fucking alcohol. You can still smoke your doobies, but guess what? You're going to feel exactly the same way you did before you did it.
Well, the alcohol is like, let's say you drink a beer, it's like an O'Doul's or whatever. The doobie's like, what's the point?
Would you be mad at me?
Not mad, no. I mean,
you were fucking pissed at me for fucking about 10 minutes ago for something.
Well,
I thought he was going to storm out. I really did.
Well, this situation, I mean, I don't know. I guess so. What I mean, like mad, like.
I harshed your buzz big time.
Yeah, you harshed everybody's buzz, though. But there's a loophole. But I don't know.
Right, but I'm not telling you.
I don't know about the loophole.
The alien told me the loophole.
Well, Frank says, what's the loophole?
Well, I didn't take in consideration though. Like, what about surgeries though?
Oh, so wait, you're saying there's no medication of any kind?
No one can get high anymore. Yeah, that's it. Oh wait, we forgot about the anesthesia. You're gonna knock me on the head with a mallet like the cartoons?
I didn't think it through, bro. I didn't know. I was on the spot.
That's what happens when you try and play God with aliens.
Yeah.
Fuck us all.
But anyway, so then we came up with the thing that you got to eat shit. Or not you personally, but here's what somebody figured out. It got out there. And here's the way to do it. Do Do you on a Saturday, Friday night? Are you got fucking shit between your fucking teeth or what?
Frank number, shit eating grin.
Takes on a whole new meaning.
Frank number 3's on a date, trying to lighten the mood with some carpenters.
Hey, just try a little.
Little cup of diarrhea.
Frank, one girl in a cup.
Come on, just one shot. Just one shot.
There's more toxic fucking forms of it. Diarrhea is like got to be the worst, right? That shit's like fucking
It's sick
moonshine.
to begin with. Just shots of it.
Yeah, it's like fucking whiskey. 100 proof.
This is aged 2 days.
Here's to being sick for the next 3 days.
Like people intentionally are fucking eating shit that's gonna like eating food that's gonna make them really fucking loose.
Prunes and shit. Like,
Yogurt and prunes and fucking
Yeah, people are like hanging around nursing homes and shit. Like,
a bread pan's like fucking like that gold thing that you fucking like you sift through gold.
there's shitting in their hills.
I think we're set for a month. I ate White Castle yesterday.
Well, you have to figure people would be, I mean, would there be different strains, different like levels, or is it like
Can you get
across
addicted?
the board?
I think so,
I
yeah.
guess you can get addicted to anything, but I guess you can get addicted to anything.
I think it would take on, human shit would take on the properties of alcohol and drugs. So yeah, you can get addicted.
I feel sorry for you guys.
Not me. I'm powdering.
Oh, you'd let go of it? You just stop?
When we first did this was like fucking, this is a long time ago.
Right.
This is like 8 years ago, right?
Right.
Then, probably even longer. Then I was like, there's no way I'll powder this shit. Now I'm like, yeah, I can give it up.
But it was powdered. I remember you specified.
Well, that was,
He kept
that was
saying he
my
thought-
idea.
Oh, you
I dry it
powdered
out.
How the
powder
fuck
it.
would you powder anything, let alone shit?
Well, you dry it out and then just fucking crumble
like you
it
never
up.
seen like a dog turd sitting in the sun for a while, like turns white and then
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
crumbly.
Oh, so you're gonna take to powdering.
Got the biggest operation on the East Coast.
Coming here with a fucking gold, my watch is fucking diamonds.
Is it only human shit or is it any
It's
sort of
just
like
human
animal?
shit.
It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
human.
But now I think that I would just forego it.
Yeah, you just give it up.
Yeah,
You take the pass.
Yeah, I would take the pass. I just
You're
go
older and wiser.
a little older, a little wiser, a little less fucking willing to have shit in my mouth.
Well, why'd you bring it up though,
The
bro?
reason I bring it up is because there was a story where, have you ever heard of something called Jenkem? Jenkem.
Yeah.
Is an alleged hallucinogenic recreational drug composed of noxious gas formed from fermented sewage.
Where's this consumed at?
Well, it says that in the mid to late 1990s, it was alleged it was used by Zambian street children. And
Where's that?
there were...
Africa?
Africa, yeah. And there were anecdotal, Africa, Jamaica, anecdotal American media reports gave the impression that Jenkem was an actual popular drug taking hold with American teenagers. But I guess
What?
this is
It
what
made its way to America?
this is what they were saying. But my feeling after reading this was that
What's it called again?
really-
Jenkem?
Jenkem.
I bet you the Jenkem dealer on the corner is fucking. It's a long wait between sales.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like he's not making much money, like a Jenkem house. But evidently, there's been several different. It's one of those things where, like, is it a urban legend or not? Right. I think actually there wasn't there a South Park episode where like that cats were pissing in people's face, like they would take cats and make them piss in their face in order to get high. It was like kind of a play on that. But anyway, so here's a story coming from Fort Pierce, Florida, Walt. A man in Fort Pierce, Florida was forced to evict, they can't even write, was forced to evict from, okay, I'm just going to read what I guess they should have written. A Florida man was evicted from his apartment unit after the landlord accused him of terrorizing neighbors by acting very aggressive. Authorities now believe that the tenant must have been angry about being evicted because when he left, the apartment unit he lived in was filled with excrement, possibly human. Now, I saw a video, like a short video about this, and it was like 2-liter bottles filled with sewage all over the fucking room, like shit stains everywhere, cans, bottles filled with what looked like crap. The guy who lived in the apartment below, the evicted tenant, happened to notice something foul dripping down the ceiling and running down the walls. He said it smelled like feces. He said he noticed the smell even before walking inside the building, just by standing at the corner. He could smell it. The authorities arrived. They went upstairs and into the apartment and discovered what was thought to be human feces in large containers throughout the apartment complex. And the excrement had been dumped out everywhere, on the walls, the mattress, the couch, and the floor. It is believed that the man had been using Jenkem to get high. And this is why there were so many containers of feces. It's an alleged hallucinogenic drug of noxious gas.
Do you have to do something to it, or just
you just have to
smell it over for a long period of time?
Well, it says fermented, so I guess you have to. I was under the impression that shit was fermented the second it came out of your ass, but I guess not.
What does the word fermented mean?
You ferment grapes in order to produce wine, so it's
produce alcohol.
It's like to produce alcohol. So it's almost like it's rotting, right? I mean,
it's the yeast in it.
Well, it's a chemical reaction that takes place that
Come on,
converts
Cornell boy, give us a fucking
the yeast
sugar to
eats certain things in it and produces alcohol.
Yeast eats the sugar and produces alcohol.
How long does the fermenting process take usually?
For beer, it's like 2 weeks.
Ooh, okay.
Craig number 3 makes his own beer. He gave me a bottle last year.
And your own, what's it called? Pentum?
Jenkem? No, I don't make my own Jenkem.
But they theorize that's why. They don't know for sure he was making Jenkem. But they don't know exactly that's what he was doing. He might have just been unable to get to the bathroom and had to put it in a bottle.
I mean, that's a lot of times he couldn't get to the bathroom because it says the inspectors have deemed the building unsafe and condemned it. A handful of residents were forced to move out, including the guy from downstairs, who salvaged what he could from his apartment, although many of his belongings were contaminated and therefore thrown out. Which I guess means like the shit was dripping all over his stuff.
Man. I want to kill that guy.
The landlord estimates the damage at a whopping $150,000, or worse, the building may have to be demolished. And they can't find the fucking guy who was actually doing it. He took off.
He took off on it. Can't get him.
Yeah, they fucking discovered his fucking his feces
stash.
Still. Yeah, his secret stash. And that's it. Have you ever used Jenkem, Frank? Number 3?
No.
Should that be against the law, Walt? It's organic. It's all natural.
I don't think it should be against the law. No. But as soon as you affect the place of another person's property, though, then you got to pay. Mm-hmm. The Big Brother cannot tell you what to eat